Hey, ladies and gentlemen out there, it's the Ugly Truth 2023 coming at you as an American today. Not a Republican, not a Democrat, just as an American. Some of the things that are going on in the U.S. today are just absolutely hideous. And in this video, it's going to seem like I'm picking on Joe Biden and the Biden administration, but I'm just telling you as I see it in the news. We'll start with the border crisis. I mean, we've got hundreds of thousands of people crossing the border illegally and bringing fentanyl into the U.S., which is killing hundreds of thousands of people. And the only thing that I can grasp from that is that the government is getting a take from selling the fentanyl, so they are allowing it, as well as, the Biden administration is allowing illegal immigrants to come across the border because it's allowing them to steal children. 280,000 children have went missing at the border since the Biden administration took office 2 years ago. If you see the movie The Sound of Freedom, it's a great movie. Opens up the eyes of the people to let them know what is going on in our world that we live in. It's currently going on right now. And if you haven't seen the movie, you can go to angelstudios.com. They will assist you with getting tickets and being able to go see the movie. It's absolutely sickening to think that people are kidnapping children, selling them. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And the fact that they don't want to do nothing about closing the border or building the wall or doing anything to assist with stopping that just goes to show you. I mean, most of the people that are coming across the border are getting free health care, food cards, money, phones, all paid for by the American people. We're paying for that out of our tax dollars. The other big thing that's going on is Ukraine, the war in Ukraine. They all talk about how horrible it is that Russia's attacking Ukraine and millions of people are dying. But like I said in my previous videos, Barack Obama and Joe Biden put a false government into Ukraine, so that way they could control everything that goes on there. The money laundering, the sex trafficking, child trafficking, bioweapons creations. The vid most likely was originally created there and then tested in the Wuhan lab in China. Just all kinds of absolute no good goes on in Ukraine. So that's why the Biden administration wants to use our tax dollars to defend Ukraine. Because if it comes out that they're doing all of that illegal stuff in Ukraine, that would put an end to their pocketbooks getting fatter off of our American tax dollars. So that's why they send pallets of cash in the middle of the night, billions of dollars in wire transfers to Ukraine, ammunition, tanks, cluster bombs, all kinds of stuff going to Ukraine. Most likely the ammunitions and tanks and all that stuff that we're sending is getting sold off, broken down, and then re-laundered back to the Democratic and the Rhino parties that are just, once again, stealing our tax dollars. It's absolutely crazy to know that that's going on right now as we speak. The other thing is the 2020 election fraud. They say that it didn't happen. Like in the previous video, I told you the Man of the Year that was released in 2006 had a similar plot with the Delacroix voting systems being corrupt. Well, we fast forward to 2020, and we have the Dominion voting systems, which were corrupt and assisted in election fraud. 2000 Mules breaks this down and shows you how it happened. They have just come out and said that there was $11 million found that was put towards voter fraud in Michigan. And they have indicted Donald Trump, former president, for election interference for the 2020 election. But then they told him that the January 6th committee, who was investigating all of this, destroyed all of the evidence. So there is no discovery. There's nothing for them to show why he's being indicted. That's absolutely crazy. That's against the law. They can't do that. Not to mention that if he does get discovery, they want him to sign a gag order saying that he won't talk about anything to do with the case, give up his freedom of speech, which is absolutely crazy. Everybody is losing their freedom of speech, videos being censored, just because someone doesn't like your form of the truth. We're allowed to believe, say, and do whatever we want as long as it's not breaking the law. And a lot of people are getting censored and cut off from different platforms if they don't follow the narrative that they want us to follow. That is not okay. Once again, in this world we live in, everything is totally crazy. I'm sure we've all seen the movie Red Dawn. There's two different versions of it, older version and a newer version. We're finding out that the Biden administration has took millions of dollars in pay-for-play schemes, bribery, all kinds of money being funneled to the Biden administration. Even in his grandchildren's bank accounts, they've laundered money. We have the FTX scam that they did with Sam Bankman-Fried, where $70 billion was stolen and used for Democratic campaign funds. And they plan to never give any of that money back, and they've since pardoned Sam Bankman-Fried. But to go back to the last point about Red Dawn, I don't know if anybody's seen on the news, but China has secret police departments that they had in New York City and around the United States. They have built several manufacturing plants to the tune of $750 billion of our taxpayer dollars that built them, but only Chinese are allowed to work in them. It's absolutely crazy. To the point where China is building a military base in Cuba, which is only 90 miles from our shores. Something crazy is going on in this world. I don't know exactly what it is. I seen a video of Dan Bongino telling people to prepare, to buy food, to buy candles, to just be ready just in case something kicks off. And that's sound advice, because it doesn't hurt anything to be prepared. If nothing goes down, then you have all that stuff just in case it ever does. But just pay attention, be vigilant out there. Try to get to any news channel that is telling the truth as best as they know it. They're not lying to you. They're trying to just get the word out there of what's going on. And, I'm just new to YouTube. I'm just sharing, like I said, as an American citizen here, I'm just sharing what I've seen, what I've heard, and it is absolutely crazy. I mean, like I said, Republicans and Democrats, they're fighting in the streets. To the point where we've got a Democrat, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., running as a Democrat, but the Democrats don't want nothing to do with him because he doesn't follow the same steal all of the money, corruption, in bed with China. He doesn't follow all of that. He doesn't want to be part of the vid and the jab and all of that stuff. that they've alienated him. He says that he's a Democrat, but nobody wants to be a part of that because he thinks logically. And that's the other thing that is absolutely crazy. With the jab, millions and millions of people are falling dead from heart problems, just all out of the blue, completely healthy. And when that first came out, I was researching the stock for Moderna, Pfizer. They're giving it away for free, but somehow they have a stock amount that's worth trillions and trillions of dollars. You can't tell me that at the height of all of that it was all about money and control. So, like I said, as an American citizen, from me to you, stay vigilant. Try to watch as many people as you can that are trying to tell you the truth, bring you the truth, and just pray for one another. Be for each other. We're Americans, and we need to back each other 100%. And that's the ugly truth.